Welcome to FilmIn5D, the show about everything film with the 5D Mark II. I'm your host, Aaron Hammock, and this week we wrap up our first year of FilmIn5D with a look back on our greatest sketches.
Can't believe you managed that without a teleprompter, dude.
I know, dude. No teleprompter right now.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. But I pretty much had that first part memorized after 52 episodes.
I would hope so.
Yes.
I was walking in the park last Wednesday. The children were playing in the grass, laughing. My wife asked me to record a video of them. A video of my children with a picture camera. At first I didn't know what to say. She handed me the camera. I just stared at it. Stared at her. I said to myself, how to take a video? A video of my children. I held the camera in my hand, trying to take the picture. My wife, she just stared. I didn't know what to do. I looked up, towards my children. They were no longer playing, no longer laughing. It was too late. My wife, she was very sad at me. When I got home, I went onto the computer. I wanted to learn how to film with the picture camera. I found this show, FilmIn5D, I think it was called. I learned many things. I can now use the picture camera to film my children. Now, I wish to learn more. May you teach me more? Please, I beg of you.
You come to me on the day that my daughter should be married?
You have a daughter?
You come to ask me a favor?
Yes, please. More FilmIn5D episodes.
You come to me not as a friend, but as a viewer of my show. And you demand more episodes?
Godfather, please.
Well, you'll get your episodes. But one day, and that day may never come, I will call upon you to do a favor for me. But until that day, make good films. Alright, so The Godfather was actually my second favorite sketch, but I'm not surprised that it went on our Facebook poll, just because I think it's very original. The funny thing about that sketch actually is I think that's one of the most iconic scenes for me, at least, in The Godfather and in all of cinema. Francis Ford Coppola was a great director, and just that scene is just so iconic for me. I had to do it.
When in the Godfather sketch, actually, Colton called me in because apparently there were Aaron needed some help with, well, I guess the whole setup needed just a little bit of more manpower. So Colton called me in with another friend, David, and I got to handle the sound system. I have like a boom mic, which is why there's such superb sound throughout the entire sketch, just to let you know. First experience. Yeah.
And my favorite skit was the Godfather skit. And that was my favorite because I thought the acting was very good. I thought it was very well done by Colton and Aaron. And they were very funny, and though I wasn't on the set, I did enjoy the bloopers. They were very funny, and they were very entertaining. And I wasn't surprised that that one received the most votes on Facebook.
But yeah, that was my first time getting to sit down and watch some live, in-my-face acting for internet sketches, which is the same thing for acting. And I gotta say, it was actually really cool. It was a really fun experience. I just would sit back, and the lights got dim, and the spotlights were on, and then Colton goes at it, just at it. He's a phenomenal actor. I just want to put that on the record. It's amazing. And then I found it especially fun when we put the cotton balls inside of Aaron's mouth, so you can do the little Godfather little mumble thing, I guess.
Colton's accent, which was supposed to be like from Italian descent, obviously, like an old Italian man. It sounded more like an Algerian, and I could not handle it. Like, he'd go crazy Italian on some lines, and in other lines he would just sound Algerian, and like I'm sitting there in front of him, trying not to laugh. I'm like, my eyes are closed, and I'm just trying not to laugh.
The Godfather, Scene 1A, takes 5 or take 6, action.
And he had to do this whole monologue, which was like a minute long, and so every time I laughed, we had to start over.
I forgot exactly how much time I had to memorize that whole monologue thing, but it was pretty difficult for me to belt it out, even though honestly it wasn't really that long. I think the whole thing was like holding the accent, and then I don't really act or anything. And then Aaron was over there, as he said, just laughing and stuff. So it's just like every single time I'm running through this thing, and if something goes wrong, I basically have to go through it again.
1A, The Godfather, episode 1, or take 1, action.
I ruined it, dude.
Take 2, action.
A video of my children. Dude, come on.
Take 3, action.
I was walking in the park last Wednesday.
Why do you like this?
Take 4, action.
I held the camera in my hands, trying to take the picture.
Take 5, action.
They're no longer playing. No longer laughing. Son of a dude, come on!
Good one.
But luckily, when we were looking back on the clips, we realized that his tuxedo lapel was flipped in. So if it weren't for those bloopers and messing up, that would have been the final version. So luckily, I kept laughing and messing him up. You create the world of the dream. We bring the subject into that dream, and they fill it with their subconscious.
How could I ever acquire enough detail to make them think that it's reality?
Well, dreams, they feel real while we're in them, right? It's only when we wake up that we realize something was actually strange. Let me ask you a question. You never really remember the beginning of a dream, do you? You always seem to wind up right in the middle of what's going on.
I guess, yeah.
So how did we end up here?
Well, we just came from the,
Think about it, Ariadne. How did you get here? Where are you right now?
dreaming?
You're actually in the middle of my basement right now, sleeping. This is your first lesson in shared dreaming. Stay calm.
What do you mean I'm in the middle of your basement?
Don't worry about that. You need to focus.
No, I want out of here, you creep!
Stay calm, Ariadne. Your subconscious will kill me.
Good, I hardly know you anyway. In fact, why don't I just end this right now?
Where'd you get that?
I don't know, who cares?
Well, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh yeah, and why's that?
Because we're in the third level of dream space?
What's that? That sounds stupid!
No, it's incredibly awesome, and it's the truth.
Well, I'll just kill you right now and get this nightmare over with quickly.
We're too heavily sedated. If you shoot me, we'll both be thrown into limbo.
What do you mean, we?
Inception. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's my favorite sketch with our primary female talent, Cassandra. First off, I like the sketch because it was Inception, and I really enjoy that movie. So I also enjoy The Matrix. I like The Godfather. I wish we could do more of the movie tie-ins. Like, I'd love to see The Predator, a little camouflage action, some explosions. I also really enjoy like Terminator, but sadly the budget's not quite what we want it to be. So with the pick and choose, Aaron's kind of picky. Second off, I liked Cassandra. I liked watching Cassandra wield a gun because it was humorous to me. It was humorous, even though of all of us, she has like the most gun experience, actual gun experience. So if I say too much, she might shoot me in the face.
then as soon as you're ready, take that other arm, right
This
under
one?
it. Yeah, put it under it, and then lift it up. Yeah, and then do that thing where you go like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Like
you're
this?
and you're aiming it right at
Right at you.
Yeah.
That was very interesting to film, being as that I had to handle a gun, and I don't know what these other two guys are talking about because I don't know how to handle a gun at all. As you can tell by the blooper, I was laughing, and they had to show me how to use a gun.
In our Inception skit, Cassandra sounds just like Ellen Page. Like, no joke, you close your eyes, you won't even think that it's not Ellen Page talking.
Inception was my favorite sketch. I'd really love to do more of these in 5D segments. I'd really love to do an action scene from Inception. One of my favorite scenes is the opening scene where when you first realize you're dreaming. That's one of the scenes that I would have loved to do. But I also like the dialogue in the scene that we did, and the whole when Ariadne, Ellen Page's character, realizes she's dreaming and stuff. I really like that aspect of it. And I like things exploding. I thought it was kind of funny that we had our cheap things exploding, like the abilities and stuff.
Inception, that was pretty fun for me to work on. Because if you notice, Aaron was sitting there, he was acting. So I got to man the camera, and based on the shots we were looking at from the original movie and all that kind of jazz, we noticed there's like some sort of like slow camera movement. So we got to break out the dolly, which we rarely get to do nowadays. But anyways, you're sitting there, I was sitting there on the dolly with the, like moving the camera in, just slowly setting up the shots and stuff. It was pretty interesting, setting up the promo, redoing the shots and stuff. That was pretty bad because I basically spent all of our time sitting there with the camera trying to get the settings right. I'm not that great with the camera, and obviously Aaron had to sit there. So that took a while, and even then it wasn't right, but I think it got the job done.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us, even now in this very room. You can see it when you look outside, or even when you watch YouTube videos. You can feel it anywhere. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Unfortunately, nobody can be told what the Matrix is. You must see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no more turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends, you wake up, and you believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Can I get a green pill? It's my favorite color.
You take the blue pill.
I get it. I'm just asking, can I get a green one?
You take the red pill. Go down the rabbit hole.
Look, man, I get it. And enough with Alice in Wonderland references. Freaking hated that movie.
Which version?
What?
Which version do you hate?
Both. Besides, I hate Johnny Depp.
I'm through with this guy. Won my ass.
The Matrix, it was that was pretty fun. I think that was a little bit more easier for me to act, if you can call it, in that one, because I had on the sunglasses. So it was almost like I was wearing a mask. And I don't know, sometimes people say it's easier to act while you're wearing a mask. So that definitely made it a lot easier. And going along with that sweating thing, my hands were sweating, so the whole time between takes I'd have to take this towel and wipe my hands, and it was a real problem because I was handling these Mike-and-Ikes, so I'd get all this color on my hands. It was a bad mess, but that didn't take that long, and I think it turned out all right for the amount of work we put into it. So
It was fun for me to play Neo in that sketch, and it's interesting because a lot of people think of Keanu Reeves as this kind of robot. So very difficult to try to play a robot when you're trying to play a serious character.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
But it was fun. I enjoyed that one. I remember specifically about that night was that we didn't have the right color Myconikes. That's what we were using for the pills. And we made 2 trips to Walgreens to get the correct blue and the correct red one until I was satisfied with how they looked, and then we went from there. And I remember in post we shot an extra shot in there, which I'll show right now. And this was supposed to be a shot where it was supposed to be a replica of the original, where in his glasses you see his hands and you see Neo's reflection. And they did it in the film the same way I was going to do it, which is just tracking and putting a mat on top of the glasses. But it was just not working out for me. And it turned out that you could see the pills in his hands anyways through the glasses he was wearing. But that's something I definitely wanted to add, and so we missed out on that because of our time crunch.
Despite my expert talents in sound quality control, I got eventually replaced. My job got outsourced to those damn machines, and they gave it to a little boom mic stand. So I don't get to help behind the scenes. So it's a teardrop.
So for the storyline of the show, I hear that Aaron got lazy and he didn't want to finish the storyline, which is unfortunate because I would have enjoyed to see where the ending would have gone. But the way that I would have ended it, and actually I was thinking of suggesting it to him, is to put me in the storyline and have me just kill them all. Because apparently I have some amazing gun skills according to these guys. So I think that would have been cool because I would have enjoyed killing them all.
So, in the storyline, I was the private investigator / con man that was helping Colton find out Will and Aaron's plot to knock him off. And what I wanted to happen in the end, before we decided to stop filming the storyline, is have just a massive shootout. Me and Colton versus Aaron and Mason and Will, I guess. All super cool, and it ends with me diving in front of Colton and taking a bullet and dying. That would have been cool.
It's come to my attention that because Aaron is a jackal, there will be no formal conclusion to our ongoing storyline, in which I was the assassin. Super cool. I was so badass. I was so amazing. I had so much room for growth and expansion. Like I really wanted the ending to be, I guess, Ryan's character, the little con man. Of course, he would run away from the final fight. He wouldn't be involved. He would give some type of stupid lame. Like he would be there for a second, the camera would swift away, it would come back, there's a note floating down the air, I'm like, have fun, Colton, right? Of course, me being a badass, I would come out with some type of, M16 shotgun. I'd come out here, just shooting away, right? Will's at my side, actually Will's just standing there, he's the boss man, right? I'm the muscle, I'm muscle. Right? I come out there shooting away. Colton, he's kind of out of it. He's hiding behind a car or something. Aaron, double cross, hi, shoot him in the face. Right? His face gone. Here, it's not there anymore. Right? Disappeared. Colton, he's cowering behind a car, pisses himself. We shoot him in the face. In credits, Hitman rolls.
So that's not what was going to happen at all. And I'm sorry that we're not continuing the storyline /skits, but I felt there was really no interest in it. And it was so sporadic. It was once a month, and they're all kind of boring. There's some good ones, but overall they're a little bit boring, and there's kind of the same thing over and over and talking and stuff. So I didn't want to continue it. The way it was actually supposed to end, I don't even know. It was just a ridiculous soap opera. I feel like the directors and producers of soap operas never know how it's going to end. They just keep reintroducing characters and killing other ones off. And so that's what I was going to do. And don't tell anybody.
Yeah, apparently I'm not even supposed to be talking about the short film right now because it wasn't even an option. I don't know what Aaron was thinking. I don't know if he forgot it or something. But honestly, that was my favorite thing to work on. It was probably relatively our biggest project we worked on here, because the skits and stuff, we kind of put that together and then we work on it for a day or whatever. But then this short film thing actually took, that thing was 2 weeks. And so, you know, we were actually shooting on location. We went out and scouted things. You know, creating the music for that, I actually had a lot more time to spend on that. Even though, obviously, it wasn't the greatest thing in the world, you know, I thought it was actually something pretty original, you know. I was happy with it in the end. You know, we actually, like, had a little bit of a budget to create a costume for it. If you guys saw the costume, the death guy.
Well, for my first experience with like acting on camera and stuff, it's not too bad. I enjoyed it. I got experience with equipment that I otherwise wouldn't have. So yeah, it's fun.
So my overall experience on FilmIn5D, I don't have any acting experience or any experience in front of the camera at all. I just came on because Colton asked me to, and it's been pretty fun. I enjoy working with these guys because they're funny and they make me laugh, and I like to laugh. If you saw the bloopers, you would see that I am always giggling and messing up, and then Aaron gets annoyed. So, especially when we have time crunches. But I've enjoyed my experience thus far, and hopefully there'll be more experiences to come.
Aaron is a really unforgiving director, right? Constantly, every cut, I know your eyes wander, he's on it. Yeah, I guess your volume changes too much, whatever, he's on you. He's actually quite a stickler for the more details, which I guess can be a greater headache for him because sometimes we're really close to deadline. So, but also him being my first experience working with like a director. Directors can be dicks. Just throwing that out there.
Okay, I gotta say, you know, I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually have a lot of experience working with Spielberg. I don't know, we kind of got this thing, you know, we do a lot of projects together, we collaborate a lot. And, you know, it really surprised me when I started working with Aaron, because honestly, some of the techniques and, like, just the passion he uses when he's directing, sometimes I feel like it's almost on another level than Spielberg. It's like, I mean, Spielberg's here, and then, like, Aaron is, like, on another level here. So, like, if you think Spielberg's good, like, working with him, and Aaron Hammock, remember that name, it's just crazy. The stuff he puts out, man. It's like 1 minute, bam, we got the shot done. It's just like, it's magic.
Well, that pretty much wraps up our 1 year anniversary. It's been a fun ride. One of the goals of mine at the very beginning was to make it to 1 year, to go 1 year, no matter how much views we got. You know, I've been surprised with how many subscribers we have, not as much as I wanted, but you know, it's still nice to have support out there and to know that some of you guys enjoy it, even though some of you don't, but that's fine. We enjoy making them, and we hope to go another year. But if we don't, you know, it's been a good run, and we actually are going to be taking the month of August off. And this has nothing to do with us being lazy or going on vacation. We both actually just started up full-time jobs. This was about a couple weeks ago, and the workload is fine. I could do the show on top of that as well, but I'm also doing weddings on the weekend, and I'm doing a soccer project right now, which is due at the beginning of September. But we will be back September, whatever the first Monday is, and we will be having a featured video of another channel that episode. And that's already been chosen, but if you guys want to have a chance to be featured, don't forget to send us an @mention at twitter.com/FilmIn5D for a chance to be featured in October. We're going to keep doing that every month. We're just going to skip August completely because I really don't want to handle the editing load and setting up the green screen and all that stuff. We're also going to be switching to tutorials every other week, and it's going to be full-blown tutorials. We're going to do a little bit more detail, make them a little bit longer, and respond to your questions a little bit more. And then the weeks in between will be sketches, reviews, etc. And that way we just don't have to set up our green screen and everything every single week. And I just want to make sure that the level, the quality of the videos stays the same because we are getting much more busy. We won't be completely gone in August. I do plan to upload 1 to 2 videos and maybe a sketch. The videos are going to be reviews. I have a couple products to review, a new mic I got, a new thing that was sent to me to review, this little hand thing for holding your camera better, I guess. So we're going to check that out. If you have any questions, send them to me via @mentions on twitter.com/Aaron Hammock. Follow the show's Twitter at FilmIn5D, like our Facebook page at this link here. Also vote on our Facebook poll if you haven't yet, though we already chose the top 3, which we featured today. And check out our other sketches if you haven't seen them yet. I mean, there's pretty good ones, especially our original ones. Colton, the first 3 with Colton are some of my favorite. I really wish that one of those got chosen, but the N5D segments got chosen, so it's not too surprising. But yeah, we'll be back next month with some more cool tutorials, sketches, and a short film. Don't forget our zombie short film, Charlie.
No.
What?
You gotta do that again, dude.
Why?
I thought we agreed you were gonna cry during the whole 1 year thing.
I was trying to. I'm just not that good.
Are we just gonna like CGI that in or something?
Well, I mean, since we're doing this so last minute, like I have 1 day to edit this, so probably not.
What if we just like spray some water on the screen or something? Does that work?
Let's not overcomplicate this. See you next week, next month.